Dire Mall is a dungeon that you can only access if you're level 58 at the minimum, and its appeal is the amount of great gear that it drops. Dungeons are typically ran by 5 people, so Pirate Software and 4 other streamers decided to take this on. Now usually, when you're in a dungeon or a raid, there's always a team leader, someone who calls the shots. It's a very stressful role, especially in a raid when you're managing a couple dozen people, and it's even crazier in hardcore World of Warcraft because whatever you decide might affect the accounts of the people playing. One wrong move and they lose dozens of hours of progress, and it's all on you. I'm saying this because I want you to bear in mind that Pirate Software is not the group leader here. But as silly as this sounds, the beginning of Pirate Software's downfall is because of this dungeon and what you're about to see here. The YouTuber Dev, otherwise known as Short Fat Otaku, great name by the way, combined the perspectives of everyone who was streaming in the dungeon minus one person. One of them was Pirate Software on the top right. As you're watching this, you're going to hear the team leader say, "Run." In World of Warcraft dungeons or raids, this means retreat, but help each other retreat. Not every man for himself. Don't care about your teammates.
Which is like kind of common sense, right? Like if we're playing any video game and everyone's like, "Yo, run, let's get out." Yeah, Don, you a hoe. You're a little bit different. Yeah, you know, you're right.
Yeah, I'm turning and I'm run. If you're telling me to run, it's every man for themselves.
But you know what? For example, when you've done like Destiny shit, right? And someone's like,
Yeah,
"Oh shit, can you help me with this? Or can you throw this ability? Can you do blah blah blah?" You would still do that even if it was endangering you, right?
Yeah.
Like it's risky, but you would do it to make sure it helps the other person too. Is it right?
Yeah,
right?
I'll throw a grenade back or something like that. Yeah.
Like you're still, but you're still running, but you still help them as you were
Son of a-
right?
Yeah.
See, so you're not hidden.
Bitch!
I don't know. The thing is, in the
Rose didn't even throw the grenade.
Yeah, like
in a
it's
hardcore thing,
Oh.
I don't know, but I also think to myself that in a situation, I've never been in a situation, I've done a hardcore world, so it's hard for me to like comprehend. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know.
I think a better way to put it would be like, imagine we're all doing a game of content together, right? And we put hours and hours into it, and you know that if one of our characters dies, that we can't run this game together like before. We'll have to get someone else to replace that person. They can't level up and play the next day. Would you try to save that character, right?
I think I would attempt to, yeah, because then if you die,
there's no point in even doing it, right? Like you have to replace me or something, and that's like ridiculous, right? So think of it more in that perspective. These people are collaborating together and working together in this game. Content based, and if a character dies, that person has to level up a whole new character, which means that they're absent from doing these sort of raids and dungeons for a while. Yeah. Exactly. So it's like, if you take it from the content creator's perspective, it might help you also kind of realize it's more than just, oh, me play with my friends and fucking around. It's, oh shit, this deters from their job now because of the decision I'm making.
Stick around. Try your best to outmaneuver the enemies while making sure your teammates also make it out rude. But listen, if I guess, that's not what happened here. Watch. Alright, so he said run. The team tries their best to make sure that they all get up.
So, Bro in the bottom right was biting his arm, and I'm so distracted by that. Did you guys see that? No? Okay, I just need to go back. This motherfucker's biting his arm. What is happening down here? What is happening?
The team tries their best to they all get out together.
But my man is gone.
Any grenades, anything? Heal him. Just come back a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah, he's gone.
Hiding in the 90s.
So his teammate told him, "Pirate, why are you walking, bro? This is salvageable. Come on, man." He doesn't care. He keeps running all by himself.
Box.
What am I supposed to do?
Just kill the masters. One shot. Okay, we
more than the way.
The masters can be out.
Look at him. He's just standing there drinking some shit, vibing.
War das das nicht selbe Level?
The thing is, like, after, I can see potentially like you're running away scared or something, but after you've been told by like a lot of people, yo, like,
yeah, you're gonna
help.
I feel like at that point, like, fuck it, yeah, cool. But can like, wait. I don't know what. I've never played the game. Is there something he can do?
Yes.
Looking at his screen, there's something he.
Yes.
He probably knows there's something he can do.
So the thing is, right, is like I know from Hearthstone terms, so knowing this for World of Warcraft is very weird for me, right? I don't really know World of Warcraft like that, but like Ice Nova / Frost Nova, they're two different things, two different level skills. He can use that to CC them, crowd control. So you know when the characters get slowed in a game?
Yeah,
they get slowed or frozen or affected like that. Well, that's called crowd control. So he has abilities as a mage to slow down the enemies so that his friends can get out.
Escape. And he doesn't do it.
And he can cast it at range. He doesn't have to be close.
And he's just smiling and like, what can I do for you? It's diabolical.
So his health is super low. It is, right?
I don't even know where his health is, but
his health is literally 1 HP. Literally. And his mana is low, but he uses his mana to blink away, which costs mana, and he also has mana regeneration items. So he can increase his mana, stay at a distance, and try to cast at least something. Some of them are closer range casts, but he does have stuff that is far away cast that he could do.
His mana is HP. Oh, I see it now. Yeah. But, okay.
But to be fair...
I'm not trying to defend him.
Okay, yeah.
1 HP is potentially terrifying, though.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And I think the thing that's important, too, is that it's okay to make a mistake in a video game. Even if you fuck people over in a video game, like Dawn. If you let Max and I die in a permadeath hardcore game that we spent hours in, sure, we'd be, like, a little bit pissed off. But, like, it's a fucking video game. Yeah, right?
Oh, yeah, of course.
He's being a little shit when he does someone who like shows up 5 minutes late to a recording session goes, I'm so sorry guys. You know, I really didn't like that. He's like a very sweet person, he just acts against the phone line.
Das ist so assig, dass die stehen bleiben. Dass die stehen müssen, damit ich sie abknallen kann.
Yeah, so basically it's like, if you're man enough to be like, okay, you know what, I fucked up.
Was ist das?
Yeah, right. Like, again, it's a video game. Just own up to your shit, it's fine.
Ich hab 3 Kugeln verschossen in dieser scheiß Dynamik. Die sollten das Bahnkreuz rot ist. Das ist für Müll. Mega. Ah!
So evocation is something that can help replenish his mana. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, he's fully out the dungeon.
Getting slowed.
Fuck. Wait,
anything for me?
I
don't think...
he died.
stun him.
Does he normally play
and he's just
WoW?
drinking and drinking, chilling, and Batman just died. So that's what, and what's it, level 60 is the height, so they're all, this is the 58 level dungeon, they're all what, probably 60.
Yeah,
they spent
max.
hours.
Yep.
I know how long it takes to grind, but if you're level 60, it's going to take you a while to grind up.
Yep. And again, they're doing this in a content creator guild. So you just took away
so everybody's streaming.
Everyone's streaming.
Everyone's streaming this. Everybody can see what bro's doing.
Yes.
The thing is, leader, if I put that much hours into something and someone has made me die, I'm finding you and we're throwing hands. Like, I'm just beat it. Like, even like playing Destiny now, and I'm spending time on it. And if that was one life, I'm fighting. We're throwing hands. Like, we've got to fight. At this point, it doesn't even matter if you're sorry or not. We've got to fight.
Imagine Disney like spending all that time, new DLC, going all the way up until a raid. You finally start the raid. Somebody dips, and then you have to go create a new character and then all the way over again.
Yeah, we got to fight. Yeah, we actually have to fight. So I've just because then it's not even just about the level. You got to find the right gear. You've got to find the right.
Jobs matter.
You've then got to farm all the. I don't know if there's materials in WoW, but if there is, you got to find the materials to get potions or healing potions or oh my god.
Yeah. Oh, now you're really feeling it now. Okay, I can tell now that you're like you're more invested now because you're realizing, oh shit, if that was me. Yeah.
We got friends. Shit.
Okay.
We would have to fight. That's at least 100. No, yeah, we would have to fight. We would have to. Even if I lost.
Even if I got him just as invested as us now. He's just as invested now. We lost it.
That's shit.
Yeah, we have to fight.
Oh, fuck. waren die denn? Ach du Kacke, wo waren die? Wo waren die? Gott, hab ich vergessen.
As much as you're angry right now, of course I ran. You overpulled 2 packs. You overpulled 2 packs and a boss. I had 1,400 left. I had to spend all of that mana to try and put it on Blizzard to save you guys in the first
Oh
place.
shit!
Light it up!
Wait, what?
But you had, but you're not saying you had the 2 teams to make your
Morning, traveler. Morning, Paimon.
go back up.
Thought I'd come over and say hi, puffer, floaters, and all.
Like what?
Morning, Lolani. How are you so full of energy? Weren't you the one partying the hardest last night? That was last night. I got a good night's sleep, and now I'm good as new. Here, take this. It's your prize for completing the album. I picked yours up, too, to save you the trip. Wow! Thanks, Molani. That was so nice. When it comes to helping people, a good guide always thinks one step ahead, right? Oh, and speaking of work, I guess our vacation's almost over, huh? Probably for the best. If I don't head back soon, I'm worried my little doggy won't even remember me. And after talking to the others, it seems like everyone is just about ready to get back. Some are missing their families. Others are going through dandelion wine withdrawal, I guess. Even Chaska seems to be feeling it. Not that she'd ever admit it, but I have noticed her gazing back towards the Flower Feather clan at night. But summer's not over yet, so I say, we squeeze a few more unforgettable moments into the time we've got left. Like another group photo.
Hey, how about taking one right here? After all this time, Paimon's grown kind of attached to this place.
Great idea! Why don't you spruce up this wall, and I'll go gather the others. See you over at the plaza!
No, you're right. True. Yeah, fuck with you. Alright,
What the fuck do you want me to do? Okay. Moth. Stok en orange. Wat is dat? Gelb. Also unten gelb, oben orange. Okay, klar, verstanden. Gut. So. Oben orange. Das ist der orange, okay. Christian. Ja. Sag mal. Stress oder was, Gebäude? Der orange. Und dann natürlich kein orange, das ist orange. So. Moment. Chaska? Die Farbe des Blumenfärber-Clans. Pink. Rot. Rot. Federclan. Rot. Die Farbe des Federclans ist rot. Rot. Nett. Er macht schon grün. Blau. Okay. Dann wird das hier blau. Blau.
Wow, that looks amazing.
Ah, dann Bildfehler. Okay.
Guys, over here! We're gonna take a picture together. Oh, not bad. You're all looking full of energy this morning. Not a trace of bedhead or dark circles in sight.
Oh, you even look out for stuff like that?
Well, what kind of guide would I be if I didn't pay attention to the details?
Yeah, and what kind of bard would I be if I didn't appreciate a good drink? What's that got to do with anything? Somehow, though, I know exactly what he means. You really think that? Or are you just playing along to keep Tone Deaf Bard happy, too?
I see no harm in a bit of nonsense.
Here, put on this Asha headband. It's a souvenir from the rest of us.
Okay.
It really suits you.
Ach Gott, wieder ein Souvenir. Was er wieder irgendwo in den Schrank packen.
2, 1.
Paimon?
Ignoriere das Foto nicht.
Sorry. All that nonsense has got Paimon's head muddled.
Don't want it all to end, huh? Are you worried once you say those words, the vacation will officially be over?
How the... Paimon thought peacemakers couldn't read people's minds.
Paimon.
Don't worry, Paimon. Summer's sure to come again. Just like you said when you made that wish to the Pyro Archon. Even though we'll all be going our separate ways, as long as we cherish each other's friendship, I just know that our paths will cross again.
Bennett's becoming quite the talker, huh, Professor Venti?
Well, I wouldn't dare take credit for something like that. Your tone would suggest otherwise. Come on! Paimon was just starting to feel inspired!
Why don't we just give it another try?
Yeah, let's do it all together this time!
Huh. What should we shout?
Sounds good!
3, 2, 1.
Lucky Star!
So, what are your plans for the future, Bennett?
If you're having trouble deciding, you can always park it in the People of the Springs for a bit. Or however long you want, really.
Thanks for the kind offer, Moalani. I actually went to see the Pyro Archon to tell her how grateful I am for everything she's done for me. She told me that the domain we entered was an abyssal simulation of the Mare Javari. It was extremely unstable, and now it's completely gone. Later, when we got on to talking about my future, she said I was more than welcome to stay here in Natlan, but also that she would respect my decision, whatever it turned out to be. And after thinking it over, long and hard, I've decided to return to Mondstadt.
You miss your dads, don't you?
That's definitely part of it. I promised to tell them everything that happened on this adventure, and I can't go back on my word. But also, when I said goodbye to my mom and dad, I promised them I'd become the most legendary adventurer in all of Teyvat someday. and no adventurer should stay in one place for too long.
Bennett. What if your luck starts going downhill again the moment you leave Natlan?
It's fine. The warmth and kindness I've experienced on this adventure is enough to get me through all the challenges that lie ahead. As I attempt to shape my own fate, I want to take that same kindness and pass it forward. That's something I've always believed in.
Hear, hear! To our leader!
To our leader, Bennett! Cheers!
Cringe. So, wenn wir das aufhören.
This is gonna be another all-nighter, isn't it? The fun never stops! Who's up to perform next?
Bennett's almost fallen asleep several times now.
No. I can still...
Go get some rest now, guys. And seeing as you've still got the energy, I'll leave the cleanup to you, Mualani.
Huh? Why me?
Traveler, perhaps you could join me for a walk? I know a great spot.
Oh Gott. Ach, Wendy, was willst du schon wieder? Es ist natürlich wieder an der Luft. Also richtig nah an der Luft. Einmal mitnehmen, das liegt auf dem Weg. Da. Schön. Nach dieser Quest müsste ich endlich auch grün erhalten. Kabelgrün. Kann ich die Bestie machen. Das ist so einfach. Ich habe sogar schon die Farbe aufgewählt. Blau. Die auch. Und einen Kern auch. Perfekt. So, sieht schön aus. Weiter geht's. Jetzt hat mein Autist ein bisschen mein autistisches Hirn. Die Farben habe ich auch ganz viele Challenges, die mache ich später. Komm Katzen, bring den Fisch. Immer das gleiche Event. Wir suchen immer die gleichen Stellen. Ah, da hoch. Ich hab doch gesagt, dass das hier wird noch doch nicht relevant. In meinem letzten Stream. Oder eher mehr der Stein. Oh nein, weil da auf dem Boden. Ich hätte hier gedacht, so ganz weit oben, wie möglich.
You might be tone deaf, but you sure know how to sniff out a good view.
Glad you like it. Some stories aren't meant for the birds. Only for the stars, high in the sky.
Ist das für eine gute Nachtgeschichte?
More like a story that begins with time itself.
Ah, nee,
Long ago, time began to write the story of this world. To her, all living beings were equal, both in their value and in significance. Like an ancient scroll, she engraved upon her memory all people, all events, all encounters, and all farewells. Back then, as an animal spirit, I had a chance encounter with time at the Thousand Winds Temple. Hearing my wishes, she entrusted me with fragments of her power and authority.
So, one thing about the 4,000 bands is that
Sounds like you've heard the story of time in the wind before. Charming, isn't it? Through the memories engraved in rituals, poems, ruins, and ancient texts, the same beings she considered so insignificant have met her, time and time again.
So, this is the story you wanted to share?
More like the prologue. The corruption of the Mare Javari is tied to time itself. To put it another way, it is a calamity present in every moment that will ever be. Unlike time herself, I have always cherished many wishes in my heart. 500 years ago, to prevent the corruption of the Mare Javari from spreading beyond Tenochtitlan, I blew it off the timeline, turning it into the Windless Land.
Das ist also die Wahrheit über die Verschwinden.
Oops. Seems like I may have confused you. If you're asking about how the Mare Javari disappeared from Tenochtitlan 2 or 3 decades ago, there may be someone else better suited to tell that story. The Mare Javari has been the bearer of too many stories that weren't meant to be its own. I merely played a part in one of its chapters. And the choice I made 500 years ago came with a price. Some souls were unable to return to Mondstadt as a result, while others stayed to settle in this land, merging with the Monitu to become the Asha we see today.
So the reason you're here in Tenochtitlan is because...
Correct. I'm here to collaborate with the current Pyro Archon, Mawika. Correct again. The flame was our signal. Only by having Mawika open a rift between that space and the true Mare Javari could I sneak in and bring back all the souls who wish to return. As for my little trick of bringing back memories as well, it's not the first time I've pulled that off.
Yeah.
Mawika also mentioned that you were planning to introduce us. Looks like I beat you to it, huh? I was glad to discover that she shares my love for fine wine and freedom. We got along great. Well, it really took it out of me for a few days. In fact, I still feel pretty dead on my feet even now.
Oh, really?
But, thinking of all the Aether mead and dandelion wine still left to drink, I suppose I can hang in there a little longer.
You don't look that tired to Paimon. So, don't think you can just pull out that little excuse and we'll suddenly foot all your bills.
Oh, how you wound me, Paimon. You'll hook me up with some good liquor, won't you, traveler? I suppose to protect Mondstadt, and that everyone who wishes to stay there has the freedom to choose their own path.
Oh. Ist das nicht schön? Wow, Wendy ist doch nicht ein Arsch. Er kümmert sich doch wohl um sein Volk. Naja, aber ich glaube, das war eher eine eigene Kundschaftung. Für die Seelen, die er aufgegeben hat und die Leute, die er damit getötet hat, um sich selber das Gewissen zu reinigen. Damit bleibt er aber auf der Trickser-Skala immer noch sehr weit oben, der Venti. So, mal schauen. Ja, man ist gezwungen, um die Waffe zu kriegen. Und den Skin musst du online spielen. Das ist scheiße. Scheiße. Also wenn du Glück hast, hiermit 1000 Punkte erreichst, aber das ist auch unmöglich. Da brauchst du auch wieder High-Pay-to-Win-Charaktere.
That's true. That's true. Can't wish for the rogue. Can't wish for another mage to cast Arcane Aid.
Yeah. Brother, may I have some notes? Oh, since we have 2 mages, we can probably poly the ads.
Wait, we have 2 mages. Oh. Man.
Yeah, I can poly.
Here I've been the only one casting Arcane Aid. Incredible.
Oh, that's crazy.
God, even reality.
Why does he keep punching on him?
Wait, he just said he's new, just help him out. What are you on about?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, cool. Alright, you don't play this. Alright, cool. So what we need you to do is bang, 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 and that will help us out. Cool. Why are we think about it?
Yeah, and even then, Lucari's like, oh, cool, since we're 2 mages, we could probably do blah, blah, blah next, right? And then he's like, what? We have 2 mages? Excuse to me. Like, fuck off.
Waste man.
So stupid.
Versuchen wir mein Glück mal.
Yeah, you're right, Don. It was hard to watch. Yep.
Hey man, I'm new to the game, so if you want me to help with Arcane, just let me know. Remind me.
Yeah, you literally just said that.
Keine Farbe mehr, scheiße. I don't have any paint left, fuck! I'm gelb. What? Oh! Was nicht? Oh. Okay. Hey! Where?
He's faked having cancer. Everyone's like, okay, just show us your online health portal. Show us the payments you've made for cancer or anything. And he goes, well, they said I could have it because my blood. But he's been saying for months that he has cancer. And the way I can't. I can't. There's only a few things in life that make me really crash out.
No, yeah, about to crash out as well.
Yep. And the best part was that he made a statement trying to explain it, and people were okay, maybe it makes sense. I was like, oh, let me read his statement. I'm a cancer patient. I know exactly how this fucking works. So I'm piece by piece about everything he says a fucking lie, because that's not how it fucking works. It's so dumb. Okay, I'm good. It's when they tell you you have cancer, they don't just go to you and
Bitte
go
kein Scheiß.
What they do is they give you options. They actually go into a little meeting with other surgeons and doctors to build a treatment plan for you and more than one option, right? Then they come to you, tell you you have cancer, and they'll tell you a bunch of preamble of good things about what's going on with you to help you feel a little bit more comfortable. Then they hit you with the big bad. But then after the big bad, they give you a bunch of fucking options, right? You don't have to pick any of the options right away, right? But they give you that so it gives you comfort that there's a next step, so you don't feel hopeless, right?
Go.
Jesus. It's so bad! It's so bullshit! Yeah, my doctors haven't really talked about what our next step is.
Gucken wir die Map ist. Okay, alles klar. Geh home.
So easy, bro. It's
Oh, get it? Why? Go. Nein! Nein! Hoch! Hoch, du Stück Scheiße! What?
Impressed by how ironic life can be. I don't think we live in a simulation, but sometimes I do get the feeling because some things are just so perfect in comedic timing, you'd think that there was some script. One day, after this clip came out, Pirate Software was streaming the game Ashes of Creation during its second alpha. This is an MMORPG similar to...
Fax, do you know about this part?
I don't think so.
I'm so excited! Okay.
Is this a good game?
I think its community is pretty cool, but the game itself, I'm not really into it. I'm not really into MMO in general. More so because I have a very addictive personality, so if I get into something, I overcommit, and I don't have time for anything else. I'm one of those types of personalities. So, yeah. The first time I played Pal World, I don't know if you know this, I played it for... Yep. Fun fact of the video, I played it for 28 hours on stream, and they continue to turn the stream off and continue playing it for until 32 hours. Yep.
God.
Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. I literally had to uninstall so I could be productive again. Like, it was that bad.
Thing is, we're gonna need that energy for Borderlands 4.
Okay, that's fine. I don't think you realize how much of like a fucking demon. I mean, you saw me with Borderlands 1, Dawn. Like, I'm like a little mission demon. I can't be soft.
Borderlands cycles before.
It's been really laggy when Dawn and I were doing Borderlands 1 because of how far away we all are. But we can still try. Like, I'm down to still try, but just like keep in mind that we're gonna have really bad latency issues.
Yeah, I remember that.
I mean, we'll make it.
Yeah.
If we did.
I mean, I'm just not gonna snipe. That's what it comes down to. Yeah.
Just make it more fun.
Even though they have a very generous hitbox ranges in Borderlands, so it's pretty sweet for that. Anyway.
Okay.
He would kill everyone single-handedly
None.
by pulling in the wrong lever. What would be his first reaction? Watch for yourself.
Ow. Okay, ow. What? No. Blah, whatever. Blau. Nicht.
When she threw her cat, and then also gave her cat alcohol.
Her cat?
She also gave her cat alcohol.
What the fuck is wrong with this girl?
Yeah, that's all I remember her from. I don't remember how long ago that was, but that's all I really know her for. Like,
I've never seen her before in my life.
Done that prior. So obviously, this was congratulations. You know, it's so fascinating to me how the internet works sometimes. Someone could mind their own business for months, for years, for decades, but as soon as they do something that makes them so incredibly unlikable, the internet starts seeing a big red target on your back and destroy. Pirate Software had a talent of building up a huge loyal community in just the span of a couple of months. When January 2025 came by though, he proved to us that he had another talent, building up a massive community of very loyal haters. These incidents that we just talked about had ensured that. This is when those very same haters would start scrutinizing every single aspect of Pirate Software, both as a brand and as a person, only to eventually dismantle this massive empire Software has always had haters. Dating all the way back to September 2024, and there were earlier instances too. This is normal. When you get famous, when you take over the algorithm the way he did, some people naturally get fatigued from it. I mean, you might not believe this, but even someone like Queso has haters, purely because he's a massive content creator, no pun intended. Some of these early haters about how, for example, he wasn't the game developer he was making himself out to be, especially with his Blizzard experience. But how he used to go by the name of Maldavius Thickly, and was a well-renowned furry and second wife of Mulan.
Like animals and stuff.
Problem.
She went to a furry con, yeah. online like interactions. Yeah. So like it was him and like a few other people in a small team. There was a lot of drama about that. I don't know if Luigi's gonna cover it or not, so I'm not gonna talk about it until he covers it. If he doesn't,
as you can see, this video right here with the title of Pirate Software, the streamer who faked his game dev career, had reached almost 100,000 views. From the like and dislike ratio, we can see how Pirate Software had somehow, either directly or indirectly, forced his community to brigade this video, and just like Joker D's video, it was taken down by using the copy strike system and cyber harassment and cyberbullying. So essentially, if you were an early hater of Pirate Software, if you had something to say, well, chances are no one heard you. This is how for a long time he was able to sweep all the hate, feedback, criticism. Except this time, after all the events that we just saw unfold, he had way too many eyes examining his every move, and he couldn't just sweep criticism under the rug anymore. For example, around the end of January 2025, Pirate Software had DMCA an indie game and threatened to sue its developer. Why? Well, the developer shows us the main reason why it's so stupid. Taken down. Here it is. It's this roach wearing the same wizard hat that he was wearing during World of Warcraft, while mimicking some of the things that he was saying.
Oh my god, that's peak.
As much as you're angry right now, of course I ran.
This whole game got DMCA'd because of this. I mean, this is how sensitive he is. And now, many people were made aware of this. He couldn't just copy strike or DMCA just about anyone, because every time he did, he spawned more haters. This strategy was now outdated. Everyone was made aware of what had happened to this indie game. And speaking of indie games, there was renewed scrutiny over Pirate Software's indie.
Okay, so one thing to also know about that was that indie game didn't actually have that in its game. That guy made that separate build just to promote the game, but it actually wasn't a part of the game. So that copyright claim that Pirate Software made was fraudulent because it actually wasn't in the game being sold. So Steam took the game down off of their store, but they restored it after when realizing that that was not in the game.
Oh, okay.
But it did take it down temporarily because he put a new claim.
Strikes are that easy to remove. A lot of these people that like would have felt them never would have like even bothered with challenging any of that.
Yeah, challenging it's incredibly hard, right? Like, there's a big difference between someone like any of us challenging a copyright claim. Which, like, yeah, I do that all the time, like, because I follow the fair use law for a lot of my content, right? So I challenge copyright claims all the time, and I usually win them. But doing that for something like this is so much harder when he has such a massive following in comparison and way too many connections, right? That he can leverage. And that sucks. It's bullying smaller creators. Yeah, mind you, the other guy is a little bit shady for making a separate build that he played to promote the game. A little shady. But also, you gotta play the game to find that before you say, hey, I'm taking your shit down, right?
Yeah.
With many wondering why it's been in early access since 2018 with no release date in sight. Maybe 3 more years, it'll be a decade. Some people are comparing him to Yandere, a very well-established lolcow who hadn't released his game in...
You guys don't know about Yandere though?
No, not it is.
Oh, because I saw you guys have zero reaction to being mentioned, and I was like, oh, shit. Yeah, I've been on the internet for so long, clearly. This dude's weird. This is like a dude who talks to underage girls and shit, and has like the worst coding process, and is like, the thing about his game is that back in the day, like Yandere's like simulator was like a game that everyone was super excited for. You're basically just like this high school girl who goes around and like murders people while like trying to get the love and affection of like senpai and stuff like that, right? There's other versions of like Yandere games that came out as well. Like there's one called Yandere School that came out, and that one like was more of a linear plotline. But this one in particular was really big because he had so many incorporated ideas, like having like taking a bunch of bodies, creating a seance, and summoning a new boyfriend, things like that. Like he like took it to a different level in creation. And he read though every single email he sent during this development. Keep in mind, he was hired market paid to test this game. So imagine how many emails this man sent at the time.
Oh my god, yeah.
And he would read through everyone saying, guys, stop emailing me because it's slowing down my progression of the game. Guys! They were like, stop reading the emails, just work on your game.
Yeah, that's not an excuse. What, like...
Yep, and then he'd like disappear, he'd come back, his code was shit. He'd have people working for him that were underage. They'd like, that's fine. Like, he had like people on his team who were underage who were passionate to be coders and stuff. Unless you're being weird! You know, unless you're... You know, so he's a whole... That motherfucker's a mess. Like, we get real messy. So bringing him up as a comparison is like messy for people who are like have been around that for longer. Yeah.
Over a decade. And when people actually analyzed its code, they found some of the worst written code known to mankind.
Which, by the way, Yandere Dev is notorious for bad code and like super redundant code, as well as taking forever to make this game. The game's still not out technically. It's still like it still has multiple patches being put out for that game. So like as it develops, yeah. But I think he actually put out more updates recently, but I just haven't checked. Yeah.
All this scrutiny and criticism catch up to his own game development must have hit one hell of a nerve, because very shortly after he announced that Heartbound would start receiving monthly updates, and all it took was people going there and reviewing it negatively. He was hoping that this would steer off the criticism and the scrutiny, and that things would eventually finally go back to normal, but the haters weren't really done just yet. People were putting into question his entire identity, the fact that he worked at Blizzard for 7 years, but worked what exactly? As well as him claiming that he was one hell of a hacker who had gone to the yearly hacking conference, DEF CON, and won some pretty important events there with the help of his team that he never mentioned, of course. Always taking credit for this by himself. I mean, at some point he was invited to a podcast called Drop Frames. This was a clip from it, and here's the title. Pirate Software on how he became a hacker for the government. These are the stories that he was telling.
You're a hacker. That's where you like kind of start an actual hacker. Not like I'm a hacker. No, you're an actual hacker.
Yeah. My last job was hacking power plants for the federal government. Yeah, the United States Department.
So dude walks in with a laptop and a suit, and you lean over to who's that guy?
That's the hacker for the government. Yeah, that's the hacker.
Four-man teams, man. So like we've got a team.
Oh, you had a fleet. You had like a team of dudes in suits holding laptops in restricted areas. Okay.
When he says things like this, what he's trying to paint in your mind as a viewer is that he's some sort of Mossad agent writing zero-day exploits, USBs that are snuck into Iranian nuclear facilities and that infest and shut down the entire technical operation of that nuclear power plant. When in reality, if you look at his LinkedIn and reconcile it against his skill set, what he did was social engineering. He wrote phishing emails and tried to gain access to credentials and user systems.
That's it! Bro is literally the equivalent of like a Nigerian print scam. And that was his level of hacking. Yeah. Yep.
This was so different.
Damn.
As you can tell, Alicia's been slopped out of her mind in watching so many videos. I can't tell. I'm slopped out of my mind.
So Coding Jesus said it best. Pirate Software's entire identity was slowly starting to unravel before our very eyes. From the shorts that made him go viral, to the stories he used to say on stream, to quite literally everything about him was nothing more than either an exaggeration or him trying as best as possible to sugarcoat reality. You can very clearly see on his LinkedIn that first off, he didn't work at Blizzard for 7 years, it was actually 6 years, 6 months, and that his initial roles were him in quality assurance. For the first 4 years at Blizzard, so the majority of his time there, he was in an entry-level role, eventually being promoted multiple times and finishing off as a senior red team specialist. In his own description of the job, he said, infiltrated and exploited physical access controls, managed social engineering operations to improve employee awareness and resilience, and finally created, launched, and managed a global web application bounty program. As Coding Jesus said, this guy would literally just send phishing emails, make phone calls, try to pretend to be an outsider in order to have employees make mistakes so that they can improve internal protocols. I mean, it's an important job, that's for sure, but even on his LinkedIn, he would make claims that he worked on all these different games. I mean, yeah, indirectly, but none of your code made it to the game. You didn't model, you didn't texture, and you sure as hell didn't animate. You just so happened to work on internal projects in parallel to these games. And yet, every time someone would mention something about games, about the video game industry, about whatever, he would always start off by,
See, facts, Don, we have this channel together, and, you know, that means, you know, your success on your personal channels, we're part of that. like, right? Like, it's insane.
Basically, yeah.
But, like, I do work adjacent to you guys, right? Like, we have this channel together, so, like, right?
Fucking insane.
Oh, I worked 7 years at Blizzard, actually, so I know what I'm talking about. When in reality, no, you have more experience as an indie developer than you ever had as a developer at a AAA company, and that's the truth. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that he made this such an important and integral part of his personality that it felt like a massive betrayal. But that's not all.
His role's not even bad. Do you know what I mean? The role that he did isn't even a bad role. You just tried to make it more than you are, and for no reason as well. You were literally, yeah, I worked at Blizzard, this is what I did at Blizzard, but you know, maybe sometimes I got little peeks into the game that we're making, or sometimes I might have like, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine to say. That's not a bad job. That's a great job. That's an actual great job that you had. Why lie to make yourself bigger than what
But
you
how
are?
can I get sweet updates if I don't tell the world that I'm a hacker?
like
my updates.
God damn.
Dad was Joey Ray Hall. This picture right here is of 10 people, and if you don't know who they are, these people happen to be the original founders of Blizzard Entertainment. Yes, these guys are legends in every sense of the word, and the guy in the middle is none other than Jason Thorhall's father. He later became the director of cinematics at Blizzard, which is probably the only thing that Blizzard has been consistently good at for the last 20 years. He was also the inspiration behind this guy in South Park from the famous World of Warcraft.
I've seen that clip.
I mean, this guy was a legend in every sense of the word. And so Mashable.com, when they made this article about pirate software titled How Streamer Pirate Software Gained Nearly 2 million subs in 6 months, they just had to mention the fact that he's a Nepo baby, saying when he was 16, he landed a dream job as a game tester at Blizzard Entertainment, which, before the bloated loot boxes and corporate acquisition by Microsoft for $68.7 billion, was considered one of the most respected companies in the video game industry. It helped that he was a Nepo baby, since his dad, Joey Ray, spent over 2 decades at the industry titan since almost the very beginning. Now, of course, after 6 months he would leave because he felt that the corporate life wasn't for him, and many years later would reapply by himself without the help of his dad, landing a QA role, which I believe, because if he had the help of his dad, no way he would end up in an entry-level position. But still, just them including a sentence calling him a Nepo baby truly triggered him beyond belief. I mean, look at what he had to say.
Yeah, really not a fan of. Not a fan of that. It's one of those things that I've been trying to fight my entire career. It's one of the things that I've had to argue with people in chat about. It's one of the things that we ban people for here. Anytime people say like that, because it's deeply disrespectful and it completely overwrites any of the things that I've done throughout my career as somebody else's success, which they're not in any possible respect. And it's just really simple. What do you think?
It's literally just nepotism. You got hired at the age of 16 for a job at the company your dad basically founded. That's all it is. That's all they were saying, right? They didn't say that, like, he made you. They just said, hey, you were a Nepo baby. You literally got that job because your dad. Like, what?
I think even then, to then reapply yourself and have an entry-level job, it just shows how much you really didn't like that. Because if me personally, if my dad was
shit,
I'm trying to do what I can do the hardest I can possibly get with my dad's help, with pride. You know what I mean? Yeah, my dad helped me, but I've still done this myself, which is fine. Still fine. The fact that, the fact that he's still like, nah, that's insane. You know what I mean? The ego is insane.
Yeah.
What do you say? It
doesn't stop.
It keeps going, right?
Really does. In any case, let's go find something to read.
I mean, you heard it. Like, he would ban people in chat if they called him a Nepo baby. It's the easiest way to trigger him. And yet, at the same time, the same guy who's acting triggered over being called Nepo baby said this multiple times on his stream. Watch.
So I'm second generation Blizzard. I'm the first second generation Blizzard employee that ever existed in the company. I'm also second generation Blizzard employee. I was a second generation Blizzard employee. I was the first second generation Blizzard employee ever. I was the first second generation Blizzard employee.
So you say it all the time.
I love it. Welcome to Blizzard sucked. Now,
what?
Again, Philosophy is someone who is unintentionally hilarious when being 100% serious, and I just can't stop laughing at this guy. I mean, seriously? I was the first second-generation Blizzard employee? What is this, the Chinese dynasty? The only reason you were the first second-generation Blizzard employee was purely because of that. Because back then, they didn't even have a recruiting team. You were just the easiest hire. And I think
that's true. Yeah,
is that he didn't know it wasn't a bad thing. I think most people, if they had a dad or a mom who worked in a really cool job, they would love to take advantage of that. And
exactly!
That was called a Nepo baby multiple times by fans. That's because his parents are both Dennis Quaid and Meg Ryan, two very successful actors. His response was very refreshing for fans, agreeing with the Nepo Baby label and saying, "I'm an immensely privileged person. I don't think it undermines my talent," adding that he was able to get representation pretty early on.
And that's exactly what, that's the perfect way to say that, right? He nails that.
You still have to have the talent to do what you're doing.
Yup.
Your parents can't carry you that far, especially as an actor. You've still got to be a good actor to do the
That's why it's so respectable, because it's like, like your parents can help you get through the door as like with nepotism, but the fact that you can maintain that position with just your skill shows something, right? And it's like, exactly, like it's
because of being a Nepo Baby, and that it's already more than half the battle. So as I said, being a Nepo Baby isn't inherently a bad thing. It's only bad when you try to deny it, when you get defensive, because come on, who are you lying to? And that was what Pirate Software was doing. It was becoming more and more obvious that Pirate Software had a massive ego, but also very deep-rooted insecurities. He wanted to appear like a genius no matter what. And according to him, geniuses never apologize. Geniuses never admit fault. But they also never make mistakes and always, no matter what, figure things out on stream. This is something that became painfully obvious when he would play some pretty hard puzzle games and would figure out some of the hardest things all by himself miraculously after looking at his phone, playing it off like it was some genius eureka moment. Outer Wilds is a critically acclaimed, story-rich space exploration game that just so happens to have some pretty complex puzzles. Pirate Software would play this game on stream, and he would proceed to solve these puzzles all by himself, miraculously, and more specifically, after looking at his phone. In the body of his gameplay, around 8 hours and 7 minutes, he gets stuck in an area, and he needs to get out somehow. This is one of the many puzzles in this game. Now, he would struggle to find the solution, deliberate with his chat, talk a bunch, and then at around the 8:20 mark, he would pull out his phone right here and continue talking to chat. This goes on for 2 minutes, in which he deliberates while very clearly looking at his phone. And then eventually, at around the 8-hour, 22-minute mark, he would get a eureka moment.
Maybe it's not. Maybe it's a different time. Maybe it's not the scanner at all. Maybe it's the time. Maybe the fact that we were able to destroy the surface like that was the point. Wait a minute.
Guys, wait. Oh my god, I have an idea. Guys, oh my god. This just came out of nowhere. My brain just works differently. Did I mention that I worked 7 years at Blizzard? This guy is faking his Outer Wilds run in order to appear to be a genius in his community. That's crazy. It's so ridiculous you can't even believe it. But as I already mentioned, he was facing increased scrutiny. He normally would have been able to get away with this, and he did get away with this in other games. It's just that now things were different.
People are watching
when
it,
questioned about cheating in Outer Wilds, this is what he had to say.
Why did you cheat in Outer Wilds? What? How the hell would you cheat in that game? Bro, we played it all live on stream. Alright, bud. It's a wild-ass thing to say.
Yes, how would you cheat while live streaming this as he stares at his phone for 2 straight minutes? You're absolutely right. The real controversy would be when he would play the game Animal Well that released on May 2024. You see, he played this game before...
You thought the other one was bad. Wait till you see this one.
Before the World of Warcraft controversy and before the increased scrutiny. But after he had embarrassed himself in Outer Wilds and World of Warcraft, people thought to go back and check his gameplay because they thought, wait, now that I think about it, this was kind of suspicious. And the evidence here was damning. It was simply undeniable. You see, Animal Well is a puzzle game, but not just any puzzle game. It has many puzzles and many secrets that are very easy to miss if you don't take your time analyzing every aspect of it. When the game first came out, you had people on Reddit and in forums trying to work together in order to find all of its secrets and puzzles. One of those puzzles was the Wingding puzzle. This took the entire community over a week of teamwork in order to find the solution. This was a group effort in every way, and no one person could have solved it by themselves. The guide came out on May 19th, 2024, and it just so happens that Pirate Software miraculously, all by himself on stream, solved this puzzle on May 19th. The day the guys came.
Crazy.
Oh. You also have some people write entire essays with proof as to why they think that Pirate Software cheated. If you want to read this and have actually played Animal Well, you can pause the video, but in a nutshell, it's almost like he was trying his hardest to ruin any ounce of reputation he had left. I mean, seriously, are you that insecure that you would cheat in a fucking puzzle game in order to appear to be a genius to your community? Really? It's insanity.
It kind of reminds me of the Dr. Lupo situation recently with the chess tournament.
So he was able to apologize.
Yeah, that one really...
Did he not?
There's parts of that situation that I tweeted something. So what happened was that I tweeted out kind of defending Lupo a little bit, where when I first saw the situation come up, because like I didn't watch the tournament, but I was like, oh, Lupo's done he's got millions of dollars towards charity, right? And I was like, it sucks that he cheated in a chess tournament, but I'm also like, I don't want to say he's a bad human being off of that. Like, he's done so much good. Until I looked into the situation more. He did not apologize right away, boys. He did not apologize right away. I was completely misled. I wrote that tweet thinking he apologized instantly. He did not. He did not. Oh my God.
He apologized eventually. Right?
Eventually.
Okay, so he's not Pirate Software level.
He's not Pirate Software level, but still like it's so bad. The guy he cheated against, right? He pulls him into call. His name's Wolfie. Pulls him into call and goes, yeah, like I didn't cheat, man. I don't know if is it your chat who's coming in here and blah blah. Kind of like low key accusing Wolfie sending his chat. Low key, like inadvertently accusing him of sending his chat to go like say, oh, you cheated, right? Like, and 28 moves. He played perfectly. 28 moves in chess.
Not a single blunder?
Not a single. Because what happened was at the start of the game, he blundered his fucking queen at the start of the game. Then after that, he had 28 moves straight of being perfectly right. After blundering his fucking queen, right? So it's so obvious he was using a cheat engine, right? But it's like, it is what it is, right? It is like, again, then he pulls the guy into call, basically just starts gaslighting the fuck out of him, being like, yeah, I didn't cheat. Yeah, and then Wolfie was like, is such a sweet guy. He goes, oh, well, yeah, I don't really think you cheated either. You just played really, really well. I don't see any beef. Honestly, even if you did cheat, it wouldn't matter to me. This is all for charity and it's all for good cause. So it's okay. We're just here to have fun and play some games, man.
Oh.
And I was like, this is such a sweet angel. Right?
Oh
my God, bless his heart. Because I didn't know that back when I made the tweet, right? So, I was listening to all this
reward on the road.
Oh no. And then Lupo keeps doubling down and getting worse and worse towards his chat, being like, you guys don't fucking know. Like, yeah, I just got lucky, bro. I just got lucky and blah, blah. And then later on, he made the apology and backed out.
So he cheated in a charity game?
Yeah, he cheated in a charity chess tournament.
That's so weird.
Dude, it's his ego. It's because he's like, he's like, I just want to seem stupid. That's all it is.
Everybody loses. Scientists make mistakes. Like, you know what I mean? The smartest people in the world. I probably made mistakes and then probably sorted out afterwards. But he still made mistakes, I'm sure. Like, what the?
Yeah.
People's
and like
ego, man.
It's like, he's like, oh, and then it was just so bad. It was just, oh man. Because like listening to him talk, when I found the actual like footage of like what he was saying during it all, I was so grossed out. Because I was like, damn, like you are a good person, but this does not paint you in a good light anymore. Like I can't see him the same way after that. Like, especially to call the person and then just start lying so hard.
And doubling down like that in a call. Yeah, at that point you gotta just be like,
Because like it's one thing if you do it and then like I thought he like instantly apologized after. He goes, my ego tripped me up, blah 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 blah. Like I shouldn't have done that. I was just being fragile, right? And that kind of was his apology. I was like, that's a decent apology, right? I thought he did it right after. He did not. He did not.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Yeah, and that's what kind of like poisoned it for me because I was like, even Zach, you were like, oh, did he do it right? No. Yeah, there's actually a Carl Jobst video that goes through it, which is how I found out about the other information about it. And I was like, oh, shit. I was like, oh, damn. I was like, I regret putting that tweet where I supported him. I was like, I'm not going to delete it until he's to find it, but you know. Damn.
I'll delete that straight away.
Nah, man.
You know what? I fucked up, guys. My bad. Delete. Turns out he did cheat.
Oh no, I did say he cheated. Like I wasn't like defending him in that way. I was just like, just a reminder, he's done a lot of charity work, right? Like, you know what? That's more of my thing.
The charity game though, why? And I get, you know, in the competition, sure, I could understand why someone would cheat, but the charity game,
fragile ego. It's literally like the private software complex of fragile ego. They can't feel like they're stupid or can't seem stupid. You know?
Why in chess when it is so easy to prove as well? Like, you can even do it on like some other shit, it's like you can hide it a little bit, like, you just ego child the wrong thing.
That's bad. That's so bad.
Oh my god.
But this was reality because, as I said earlier, this scrutiny was disassembling every aspect of his brand and personality, even down to his most fundamental traits, like his own voice. People would somehow nerf his.
Remember Don? Don, you're like, he's got a deep, deep voice at the beginning of this video. Yeah. You're like, his voice is deeper than mine. Ready?
Old clip of him at a convention in which he sounded completely different than how he sounds today, leading many to believe that he's either faking his voice or simply using a voice changer on his microphone. Listen to this.
Show been so far? It's actually been amazing. It's our first time out here at Denver Comic-Con, and there's so many people, and they love the games. It's been awesome. So speaking of games, what do you have for us today? So we have Champions of Breakfast, which is a twin-stick shooter that we made in 24 days from concept to release on Steam. Blew up. It was really, really awesome. And that game is pretty difficult, so if you're into really hard arcade games, that's the kind of thing for you.
You know what, though? To be fair,
he sounds like that sounds like a normal. That sounds how I expected him to sound. Do you know what I mean? That sounds how I thought he would have sounded. Yeah.
Then you heard his voice and you were surprised because it doesn't match him.
Because his voice is deep.
Not anymore. Not that you can tell.
So we actually use the sound. Maybe I should use the sound to do my voice.
The thing is, like, you EQ your mic and make it sound like a little bit different, but nobody adds like TMDB or
filters
fucking
and
to change your whole base of your voice. Yeah.
And it's also like you can also do like vocal practicing and stuff like that. For example, if I wanted to like put on a voice for a long period of time, I could.
Oh my god, like I keep talking like this the whole time. It's actually where I talk through the top part of my mouth over and over again. So it makes me sound more like this all the time.
Right? I could do that forever. But it's like at the same time, what the fuck, right? So it's like a lot of people could do that. Also, can you please excuse yourself?
Okay. Oh, so is that what you think he might have been doing? Or you think it's slow voice?
I think that it was a combination. I think that he was having a bunch of filters on his voice, and then also intentionally dropping it while talking. And then just practicing it a lot. Because he just practices it a lot. And
That's very
It's also like when I do my squeaky voice, like, oh, let's do this problem. Let's do the problem. Right? I could do that for like hours. I could do that for literally hours, right? It's like it's just practice, right? So it's like just like that. You can just practice it and get used to it, right? And it's.
Please don't practice that. Hours of that, my brain's gonna go.
Yeah. Please don't practice that.
How?
Oh no. The rest of the video is just that.
Oh, well, that's the video.
You got redoing the deep voice, you should do a nap for the whole rest of the video.
Fair. He sounds like such a pleasant person here. This is someone I can see myself being friends with. Look, people want to theorize and say that he has a voice changer or is faking his voice. I think he was just killed by an evil clone. I think that's a better explanation. This, of course, wouldn't be the only clip where you'd hear him have a different voice, like this one, for example.
I'm gonna have to peel my hot dog. I have to peel it. Every good hot dog needs to be peeled. Every good hot dog needs to be peeled. You see, now that I've peeled the hot dog, it's
when you start to hit your early 20s and you start
to go back to 2024. Look.
I don't know what that gives me though.
I don't know what is that supposed to do?
He forgot.
Oh shit!
That went pretty high there, buddy. Hey, ready for the overcorrection?
Hey.
Are you ready for overcorrection when he notices he did it?
How am I gonna fit that shit in there? Oh, god damn it.
No shit.
Oh my god,
oh god damn it.
To some people, this was his voice changer glitching. To others, this was him mistakenly getting too comfortable with his real voice. What does Pirate Software have to say about this? Well, apparently, according to his doctor, his voice went through a second puberty in his 30s. That's right. Apparently your balls can drop twice. Whoa. But I could only find a handful of sources on this, and this article from the BBC pretty much sums it up by saying that as we get older, the larynx gets stiffer, making the vocal cords less flexible. I mean, this isn't new. When you talk to someone who's 90 years old, they'll sound different than what they used to sound like in their 20s. But to have this much of a dramatic change, that's crazy. Regardless,
for a one-time thing, I'm sure it didn't happen on a regular basis.
So for like medical standing, right, is like just a little bit about like men's biology, right? Is that men actually have like their puberty hits them at like later times than like female anatomies, right? So what happens is that you guys go through puberty, but the second time you hit puberty is actually close to your like early 20s, right?
Is this an answer from this world?
Or facial hair, you'll notice that like you'll get more hair everywhere pretty much. Right? Things like that, where it's like when you first hit your first version of puberty, your voice might drop, they have the more like other anatomical parts you would have noticed in general, right? And then when you hit like the wave, it's more of like that. 30 doesn't fall in that category!
Brother, it's just definitely using a voice changer. It literally, you got a case where you just tried to, you maybe Google something. Use that.
I mean, just think about it for like a lot of like any like guys watching this, right? Have you like noticed, for example, when it was like you were in like your like preteen years, like in like 14, even 15, where like you might have not been developing patches versus like it being more fully grown out when you start to hit your early 20s and you start to get more development at that point, right? Where you start to fill in more. Don got a little clean ass face.
Yeah, Don.
So obviously when I was younger, I used to have patches. Obviously now that I'm 30, my second puberty made it so I lost hair.
Hold on, you have to be like, sorry, you have to be like this guy. You have to wait like at least 2 or 3 more years, and then the second puberty will hit you.
Then, so obviously now that I'm 30, I'm hitting my third now. So I had mine obviously growing up. I had mine in my 20s.
And then Don's testicles are gonna hang by his fucking knees like a metronome, and they're gonna go swinging back and forth, right?
And then my facial hair will kick in, and then my voice will sound like a broken mic.
Yeah, remember he goes on planes, he's gonna swing his balls over his shoulder.
Let's have some fun, shall we?
There we go.
What the fuck?
It's just dumb. It's dumb.
He's just...
He's filled with so many lies!
I can't believe getting to Pirate Software. Not only was his game being scrutinized, not only was his past out in the open, but people were criticizing his gameplay, the way he played games, and even his voice. Things were getting out of control. So the next thing you know, he was on stream with a psychologist by the name of Dr. K.
So the thing about Dr. K in particular is that he's a little bit controversial because like people in the psych community are like, it's very inappropriate to host like basically therapeutic sessions publicly online, right? It should be done with the confinement of a safe space that's closed off from public, right? But what he does is he goes, this does not count as an actual therapy session. This is us having a conversation. And for you to speak very openly to publicly that streamers can have feelings and emotions and work through things. And I will do the session for free. I will sit with you and work through things. But I'm not here for PR. I'm not here to give right. He goes, but he also gives them additional support, by the way. He will say, you can call me at any time personally without it being content if you ever want to talk about things further. And a lot of streamers have done that with him.
That's nice.
So he's not like just content build or something. Like there are streamers who've been like
wants to help
and like checking him after and stuff. Like he is someone who is caring. Like though I'm someone who's a little bit against the fact of him streaming these sessions because I think it's actually a little bit detrimental to the streamer themselves. I think it's also very healthy for a community and for the larger audience to see them being human.
Yeah, I was gonna say even if he even if he does do it live, they have the person who goes into the stream knows that it's live though, right? Like they would.
It's a little hard because they do know it's live. But when you go into like a very vulnerable state where you start to open up more to somebody you feel comfortable opening up with, sometimes you won't think about the full factors of people watching you. You'll be more focused about the conversation at hand, right? Which is why it's like, that's why there's only a little bit of like an iffy thing when it comes to like the psych field in regards to what he does. But what I think he does is a net good. I think it's a net positive. So I do like him. At the same time, it's like, I just want to make sure I clarify that there is a little bit of a community out there who in the psych field aren't too big of a fan of him for that reason.
Makes sense.
But keep in mind, this is not like an official therapy session, and he literally cannot say because of his licensing that it's a therapy session because it's not.
Yeah,
right? It's more of like a counseling discussion session.
Yeah, think that's yeah.
Listen, if you're completely on board with it, Don, that's completely acceptable because the majority of people are 100% okay with it. You're in the majority to think that. I'm just only vocalizing.
I don't really believe in therapy anyway, so
okay, bitch, whatever. Like, okay, like ridiculous.
My man says, "Fuck it, I'll deal with it myself."
Okay. I want to tell you guys.
I'm a man in these streets. Sorry.
Okay, again, also toxic. So if you're a guy, please go seek mental health. I know it's very like told to suck it up, told to like deal with it, rub some dirt on it, all that bullshit. Please take care of your mental health. It does matter. Okay? Don't listen to what Don's saying. Don.
Push it down. Don't ever push it down. Just let it go. It's normally never that deep. Unless it is that deep, they're going to see help. But if it's not that deep, you know what I mean?
No, sorry, please take care of yourself. Please, you know, men, please take care of yourself. Don't listen to these two.
Listen.
Look at these two. Like,
bro. You know what I mean? Just do what you need to do.
You're listening to a guy who doesn't know how the fuck to pull out, and the other one who burns so crisp in the sun. He looks like a tomato for 3 weeks. You're not listening to the right people.
Wait, of course you have to pull out. If I've had... Actually, let me say anyway, never mind.
Listen,
go 2 kids at 30 is not even that much.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Planned though.
First one was planned.
Oh, really? I didn't know Cleo was planned.
Oh yeah, Cleo was planned.
Oh, that's cute. I didn't know that. All right. Second was just a really cool surprise. Your second baby's super fucking cute.
He won't plan. But the thing is, when did I have kids? 28. 28. That's a great time to have kids.
That's a great time to have kids.
If you are at the life where you need to be in life, obviously no pressure. If you are, but obviously.
Also, Don has really, really cute babies. They're very adorable. We won't show them publicly, but they're so cute. I love them. So willing. And one's a little menace, but I love him.
Yeah, he's a little shit, but he's great. He's great.
Anyways.
Kanoji, otherwise known as Dr. K, runs the HealthyGamer.gg organization. He's a clinical psychologist who founded this brand in order to be able to reach the very big and growing demographic of gamers, a group of people who very often will struggle with mental health and not really seek out therapy when
he does great sessions on his YouTube videos too.
Drawing parallels between video games and what you go through mentally, and overall, he's been quite successful. Now, of course, that's not to say that he doesn't have his fair share of haters. Some people, for example, have criticized the fact that he does these therapy sessions with
Why the fuck do I bother pausing and talking?
Even though the person in question consents to. From Dr. K's perspective, though, he wants to show people that streamers are humans too. And if someone like those streamers that they idolize is brave enough to get therapy, then they can do so too. His conversation with Pirate Software would last over 3 hours and a half. It would get viewed by almost 1 million people, and having watched a good chunk of it, I can tell you right now, regardless of what you might think about Dr. K, I think this stream truly shows his incredible skill in being able to converse with such an obvious narcissist without having him rage quit the call, while still trying his best to give him a reality.
My voice, a narcissist like a slur.
Understand that.
Yeah, for real, right?
With a goddamn narcissist. Like,
damn.
He put some stank on that.
You know, that hard on.
Did you know that he worked at Blizzard for 7 years? Like, yeah, that was my career, and I'm proud of that. So of course I'm going to talk about that because it gives context to talk about other things around the games industry, which is what we do on the stream.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes the things that I talk about in regards to those types of things is misconstrued as arrogance or boasting, when in reality I'm just trying to give context.
So that is the problem right there. So I want you to listen to this phrase.
Sure.
This gets misconstrued as arrogance, but in reality it's this.
Yeah.
That is the most arrogant statement on the planet, bro. Like, tell me I'm wrong.
Holy shit.
I don't see it that way, but alright.
God, it must be so hard talking to someone. Anyway, next thing,
Oh
we'll
my
see
God.
behind Pirate's attitude when it comes to never apologizing.
Like not give any context whatsoever?
Yeah. Let's say yes to that. I think that's a bit of hyperbole, but
just emotional response?
No, just say, hey guys. So basically, you know, when you tell the narrative, you start with like, I made a mistake, everyone made mistakes, I was smart. And then there's a lot that comes after that. How would you feel about just ending it after that first paragraph?
I hate that. I have an immediate response against that because it feels like idiocracy.
Okay.
It feels like, that's too long, didn't read, I don't need all those words when few words do gooder. That I hate that shit. Like I super hate that kind of communication of like there's a lot of people that just say like, oh, you should just say my bad, guys. No, that does not in any way explain a situation. That doesn't tell you any information that is real. It is hand waving for the masses in a way that is disingenuous to what happened and disingenuous to the people that are involved. I feel like to do that would be just me lying for the sake of lying so that people would.
This really gave us an insight as to how his mind functions. And as you heard from him talking, he hates the idea of just saying, my bad, let's move on. I'm sorry, let's move on. He wants to sit there and type 12 paragraphs as to why he was wrong but not really, while others were more wrong than him. All of a sudden, things make a lot of sense. Now, listen to how Dr. K responded to that. Okay, just watch.
So I think what I liked about that response, my hope, so we're not here to like rehab your PR, right? We're just here to have a conversation. And at the same time, over the last 2 hours, there's something about the way that I hear you talk that rubs me the wrong way. There's something about the way that you talk that seems...
Should I word it right?
Yep.
Dismissive.
Yep.
So
I think that's something I do respect a lot, is choosing your words carefully, especially in the setting. I'd rather him take that pause to think of what exactly he wants to say there, and just kind of going off the cuff about how he wants to label him there, right? Because dismissive is the right term he should use there, versus like something where it's like oh, like being like a, right? Like, which is probably the first word he actually thought of, but it's like, I do appreciate the fact that he did that. Like, I'd rather you take the pause.
Where
I agree with that.
Right, so it's like, I made a mistake, we all made mistakes.
Okay.
Right, so there's something about your sentence construction. It's like, oh yeah, Thor, I'm sorry I cheated on you, bro. I really do love you. You know, we both have flaws in this marriage.
Brilliant. Oh my god.
He just fucking clocks his shit so accurately. It's so fucked.
Known to be very caring, very nice, and not confrontational at all when it comes to streams like this. But in this case, seeing that he's an experienced psychologist, he knew when to become confrontational. He knew when to call out Pirate Software on his bullshit. And this is what it was. Bullshit. In just a span of like 20 seconds, Dr. K had essentially summed up people's entire problem with Pirate Software. When he would be criticized, when he would be given feedback, when he would be given advice, he was always dismissive and smug. And this smugness is what led us here. People were hoping that this productive 3.5-hour conversation would actually lead somewhere, maybe actually make him apologize for once and take a step back. But it didn't.
Bro, they're already 2 hours in and they're still talking like this.
Dismissive and smug. People were hoping that this productive 3.5-hour conversation would lead somewhere, maybe actually make... But it didn't.
Bro, they're already... Look at the time!
Crumbling until we had final nail in the coffin. Killing games.
Here we
Stop
go, baby.
I will not do the preamble to explain this because he's clearly going to explain it. Don, I just want to check with Don. Don, do you know what Stop Killing Games is?
No.
Okay, cool. So you're going to learn about how to do this. I now realize he's going to explain it, and then we're good. I made an oopsie-cadoopsie earlier.
Launched by Ross Scott in the European Union and the United Kingdom. It was meant to be a direct answer to what happened with the game The Crew, made by Ubisoft. At the end of December 2023, Ubisoft all of a sudden announced that The Crew would no longer be purchasable and that its servers would be going down on March 31st, 2024. Seeing that this was a live service game, this meant that after March, you'd never be able to play this game ever again. The salt in the wound, though, was that barely a couple weeks after the servers went offline, Ubisoft revoked The Crew from people who had bought it digitally, attaching a message saying, you no longer have access to this game, why not check the store to pursue your adventures? To many, this was an outrage. It essentially meant that you never owned your games to begin with. Ubisoft
Imagine you go to open Destiny, Don, and you get a message saying, this game no longer is vibing, bro. Go check the store for more other games.
Isn't that what Nintendo's kind of doing with their policies on Nintendo Switch 2? You never own the game.
I mean, Nintendo, yeah, I mean, their policies are absolutely abysmal, right? I'm still gonna play the shit out of their games because I'm a shill. But like, you know what I mean? Like,
I agree. Yeah,
their practices are absolutely abysmal, right? So it's like, but like, Ubisoft actually did go through with this, where they did shut down a game fully. Even if you purchased it, even if you digitally downloaded it, you just can no longer play the game, not even in offline mode. You just can't open it.
Jesus.
Yeah.
No refund or nothing.
Take them
no refund or nothing.
This also more recently happened with Concord. It barely came out for a week, and then the servers were offline. If you bought the disc copy, you were played like an idiot. The Stop Killing Games initiative argued that it wasn't really legal. It was very weird for live service games to just shut down like that without giving players an alternative. With Ross Scott on his YouTube channel saying that games as a service is fraud. One thing to note is that this initiative wasn't forcing publishers or developers to keep game servers online forever. What it simply wanted was to have a way to access these games after the servers went offline, by allowing players to host their own servers, for example, arguing that if taking games down like this would become the norm, then way too many games would become lost media, because that's what the Crew and Concord are right now. They're essentially lost media. It was classified as a European Citizens Initiative, in which European citizens could sign it, and if it would reach 1 million signatures, then it would be talked about in the European Parliament. It would initially get a couple 100,000 signatures until a certain person would speak out against it in the most aggressive way possible. Of course, we're talking about our good old friend, Pirate Soft.
Yeah, look at the videos he posted, dude. Stop Killing Games is him throwing the whole initiative into a fucking dumpster. Look at that. 1.3 million views. The second highest video viewed about Stop Killing Games. First one was this one. That's the most viewed video for Stop Killing Games. The second most viewed video for Stop Killing Games, Adam McDonald's reaction to this. Right? So it's like, what the fuck? It's at the point where it's like people being against Stop Killing Games.
Why?
By the way,
rise with the sun! Pyroclastic surge!
Knock him down.
I'm good.
Open fire!
Hall, also known as Pirate Software Online. I've been in the gaming industry for about 20 years. I used to work at Blizzard Entertainment, game studios, and now I own my own studio, Pirate Software, by the same name. It's an indie studio, and I've been...
There's just something about this guy, man. I don't know. Anyway, he worked at Blizzard Entertainment for around 7 years, guys, and he vehemently opposed every single thing this initiative stood for, arguing that it would kill live service games.
Let's go!
Completely misunderstanding what this initiative was even about, and using his massive influence, which was still present at the time, to kill it instantly. In this video, he tries his best to appear level-headed, professional even, echoing the genius that you first saw in his YouTube shorts at the end of 2023. But on his stream, oh my god, this guy was a mess. These are the very nice things he had to say about this initiative. What?
Shit, now this is actually really dumb. It's used car salesman knowledge. This is shit. It's shit. Not only do I not want to back this, I'm going to actively tell people not to. That is awful. That is horrible goddamn direction. That's awful. No. Eat my entire...
Burn it down!
The level of stupid that I just had to receive was like sitting on Twitter for 12 hours.
This is the worst thing that's ever been made by humanity. Like, this is... Oh my god, you think that this is actually going to end being the opposite.
Yeah, how is this bad?
That's a really stupid ass move. That's incredibly stupid ass move. I think this is ass. This is complete garbage. All of this can eat shit. I dropped the mask entirely.
In his very professionally level-headed video, he says this.
It's incredibly important to me that we keep making games and that the next generation has the tools to do so they're meeting the client.
But that's exactly what Stop Killing Games wants to do. The whole point of this initiative is for this medium to not die by allowing someone to use media. And yet, this is what Pirate Software was saying about this whole thing.
I think live service games are subset.
Watch out!
And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
And at this point, just no.
I find it so cute when Mugen just laughs in the middle of his own video half the time.
Yeah.
He's just laughing. He's just like, what the fuck is this guy saying?
No comment. When he would start receiving quite a bit of backlash, of course now there's more dislikes, but when it first released, I'd say 30% of the like to dislike ratio was dislikes. He made this pinned comment, outlining some points that don't really help his very aggressive reaction that came out of nowhere, and then ended it with a quotation saying he won't even talk to Ross, who is the founder of Stop Killing Games, to which he replied with, correct. I think his position is disingenuous due to his comments about how this could be pushed through government. It's a bad direction, removes validity for what the initiative is trying to do, portrays the process in an incorrect manner, and just builds. I think his position is disingenuous due to his comments about how this could be pushed through government. It's a bad direction, removes validity for what the initiative is trying to do, portrays the process and think it was tone deaf in any way, but it angered the hell out of Pirate Software for some reason. Some people theorize that it's because Some people theorize that it's because he got close to Ludwig, and together they founded the games publisher Off-Brand Games.
Off-Brand Games! We were thinking about we were trying to figure out what the name of the company was earlier. Yep.
The initiative came out, they were in the process of releasing a live service multiplayer game. So there was definitely some sort of a conflict of interest here. Regardless, this European Citizens Initiative had a 1-year deadline.
Okay, just to speak a little bit on that, they're talking about Rivals of Aether 2, I think, in regards to that situation. But Rivals of Aether 2 is like, it's a platform fighter. So you guys know Smash Bros. It's like that, right?
Okay.
And it's the same style of fighting game in that regards, like it's a platform fighter. And that one you do have to play online to like play with people and everything, right? Like that's just kind of how the game works. But at the same time, these, like the amount of love that Ludwig has for that game is that if they ever took that server down or had to because it wasn't profiting, they would let fans put those servers back up. Because the whole point of why people like the first Rivals of Aether, which by the way, I played that game before and I really liked the first Rivals of Aether. I haven't really played the second one though, is that people would add their own characters. And even one of the characters that got added into the game, like one of the first like characters that got added into the game for like DLC ones that were kind of cool, which was completely free, was one that was made by the community, right? So they're very community oriented. So it's like they're the kind of game where if you even shut down their server as someone who's hosting it, the community would come together and they would host their own server. And I think that's completely fine. Because if you're no longer profiting off of it and you plan on letting it die, let people host it. Let other people pick up the tab then and pay for it, right? And like that's all this initiative is. It's like, hey, just give people like the right, if you're gonna like kill off the game anyways, to like not let it fully die. Right? Yeah. And so in addition to that, it's like, or put it in a state where you can just at least still access the game and not even be able to log on to it, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, like it's like just consumer right. You purchase something, you should be able to have access to it, right? Or do something about it.
Yep.
And 100%. It being skewed in the way that Pirate Software is disgusting. Because he's basically being like, oh, they're saying that we have to keep a game live even after it's like not profitable, and like then we have to find a way to make it so you can play it offline. No one said that. No one says you have to find a way to make it playable offline. It can still be a purely online game. Just give the community the aspects and the property rights so that they're able to actually do something with it. Like public domain that shit. People do something.
Come off as an intelligent man, you know, he's smart, he's really fucking dumb.
Beaver was.
But you get flavored, I would understand.
He also didn't know what storming the beaches of Normandy even meant. Alright, this motherfucker didn't know about D-Day. Don't do this to me right now. We already did the World War II video. We talked about D-Day.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I remember that.
Okay,
anyway.
right? And he is calling this guy dumb. So I want you to realize where we are. No, I 100%. I'm agreeing with you, Don.
That's
right?
so mad. How can you see it? Anyway.
Anyways, you're my icon, and I love this more than you right now.
I wanted to throw fists at him from the WoW incident, so, you know what?
Yeah.
Like, the fact that it just keeps going and doesn't end. And, like, there's still stuff
God.
to this day that they're, like, diving back on and, like, discovering.
Yep. The one that I don't think Mugen really discussed that much of was about, like, his, like, I think it was like oh, I'm so sorry, the word's failing me right now. It's the one where it's like the coding conference where it's about it's cryptography. Like the cryptography, like when he won with his team and stuff like that, and like each year they're going like enter into competitions and stuff. There's a whole like scandal about that too, where he like lied about it, saying how one year they gave him a secret mission to do on his own with his own team that was separate from everybody else. Like just it's so bizarre, man. He just has the most main character syndrome known to man. Listen, I know my role in this life. I'm Dawn's side character. I'm the quirky, bitchy side character in Dawn's life. I know my role, right? That motherfucker is the sweet protagonist who's just no line and happy, right? Like, we know where we stand here. Like,
what just happened here?
What's
going on? Where's my beans?
He's not toasted it.
On the 31st of July, 2025, and by the end of June, it barely had 500,000 signatures, which meant it had no hope of reaching 1 million, or so it seemed. This was until the first farm, a channel owned by Ross Scott, would release a video titled The End of Stuff. It's an hour-long video that kind of reminds us what this initiative is about, how we got here, the feedback and criticism he's received, the changes he's made, and of course the majority of the video is him responding to Pirate Software's very aggressive criticisms. Most of the clips of Pirate Software crashing out over the Stop Killing Games initiative were actually from this video. Ross addresses every single one and ended up, whether intentional or not, making Pirate Software look like a clown who had no idea what he was talking about. This video almost has 1 million views, and many people watched it. Some of those people happen to be way bigger content creators than Pirate Software, and seeing that this very important initiative was very close to failure, tried their best to bring as many people as possible to sign it. For example, Moist Critical talked about it in his videos at over 3.5 million views. Hell, even Jacksepticeye talked about it in his sitting over 1 million views. People understood that this initiative wasn't just a
not bad. It's all yours.
To ensure its survival for the future. Hell, even Minecraft creator Notch had something to say about it, tweeting, "Hey guys, just got back to gaming after a brief break. Wait, why is there a Nepo baby doubling down over there?" Adding, "If buying a game is not a purchase, then pirating them is not theft."
Facts. Facts. No, that's facts though. That's facts though.
So base.
If buying a game ain't a purchase, pirating them is not a theft. Facts.
Truly solidified the position of Pirate Software in the heart. It was undeniable at this point. His stupidity had made an entire movement succeed, just purely on the basis of him being so unaware of what was going on. He lacked the most basic form of self-awareness. Thanks to that, the Stop Killing Games initiative not only reached 1 million signatures, but is currently at over 1.3 million in overdrive, about to reach 1.4 million anytime.
So they had to
with the UN petition reaching double the signatures required.
Come on,
UK! Vice President of the European Parliament voicing support for this initiative and signing the petition himself while urging other Europeans to do the same. This initiative gained so much traction that a publisher group full of the biggest publishers,
not Blizzard,
including EA and Ubisoft.
I've read almost every novel from Yai Publishing House. Pretty normal, right?
But it was unsustainable and unfeasible. In other words, they were very scared that this could actually pass. Being a gamer myself, I wish this initiative the best of luck in Parliament, and I truly hope it passes. When I buy a digital game, I'd like to know that I actually own it and that I won't be taken away from me at any given moment.
Yep.
But while this initiative was gaining a lot of positive attention, Pirate Software, on the other hand, was gaining all the negative attention. He's currently bleeding over 10,000 subscribers daily on his YouTube channel, and he's currently lost a massive chunk of his viewership on Twitch. I mean, look at these numbers. He's at 15,000 concurrent viewers and is now down to 5,000. That's 1/3 of where he used to be. And that's without mentioning all the followers he's been losing. I mean, look at this, minus 50,000 just in July. Additionally, this renewed scrutiny has prompted many YouTubers.
Keep in mind though, is that like, even if he has 5,000 viewers, he's someone who has like 1.1 million followers on Twitch, right?
Dang.
So it's like, in comparison, it's like, they aren't really fucking with him, right? Like, just to put it in like perspective too, right? Is that like, I average between 800 to 1,200 viewers per live stream, right? And then like, I peak at around like 1,600. And then I dip down to the lowest around about being like 600 if I'm doing like a really shitty game, right? So it's like, but in comparison to my followers, is that I only have like 79,000 followers, right? Right? So it's like, the ratio does also matter, which means that people are choosing to not tune into him and prioritize other people over him now. Even loyal viewers.
Get to work! You two! Time check! Rise with the sun!
The big thing for him was
walkthroughs network to analyze the code that he writes on stream, concluding that a child, a literal toddler, can probably do a better job.
Burn it down!
My videos do not seem to have had any impact on the movement at all. Making me the villain did though. Best of luck with your next steps. So at this point, I can't help but be impressed how much he's willing to die on hills that don't matter. People aren't even tracking cumulative signatures and daily signatures. They just understood that this initiative is worth fighting for. It's very important for the longevity of games as a medium, and that you, with your massive platform, not only criticized it very aggressively, thinking that this was going to be an easy win that made you out to be a genius, but urged all your audience, all your strong community to not sign it when they were telling you to sign it initially. That's how you even found out about the initiative. You would then later people were attacking
show no mercy! Light it up!
They didn't review the game! He's a fucking liar! That's the stupid part! He's like, oh my god, just because I work at off-brand games, I have to step down so you guys are review bombing the game. No one did! Like, God, he just keeps lying! He breathes, he lies, he sleeps! Like, God.
Learned a lot there, accomplished a lot, hope they succeed regardless, love those dudes and love working with them, hope they keep cooking. Ludwig would reply to this, saying stop killing games is a good initiative, but a few bad actors review bomb / harass developers of the games we support as off-brand games. Appreciate Thor stepping down for the betterment of the devs and their games, to which he would get community noted. The note said, Rivals of Either 2 has not been review bombed. Verifying this is as easy as opening the Steam page and looking at the graph of reviews. You go to the game, scroll down, and look at the graph that shows review trends. We can very clearly see that there's no review bombing going on. If anything, there's positive bombing. Look at all these positive reviews in June. But hey, anything to be the victim, right? In fact, the guy became such a victim that I think he started losing his mind. He started comparing his current situation with the Stop Killing Games initiative to Coney 2012.
Dude, I just think I just lost brain cells. I didn't even hear this part. I didn't even hear this part. I'm so done. I'm so done. Don, do you know what Coney 2012 is?
No.
I have a. I'm showing you the Internet Historian video about Coney 2012. It's one of those moments in time where you had to be there to experience what the internet was like during that time, because it was so iconic. But don't worry, because Internet Historian has got you covered. He has a video on it.
Okay.
Yes. So we will definitely react to that. I'm so excited.
No, I'm sorry. This is a full-fledged, fully developed and evolved lolcow. There's no way you can say this while being self-aware. It's impossible. And after months of complaining about people brigading and harassing him, he does the same exact thing to Coding Jesus. He would leave a comment on his code review video and would then link his comment to his chat so that they can go upvote it in an effort to ratio the video itself. Like, how petty is that? Come on, man.
You make a link to it? You have to click on the little...
See, I only do that for my friends' YouTube videos, where I will go tell my community to go write a bunch of comments on their videos. Like, for example, I sent my community to Fax's Minecraft video to harass him to upload the Madagascar reaction. And they commented over 120 times in a span of like 10 minutes.
It was quite a few.
On the bright side, though.
Did you upload it?
We'll get there.
No, okay.
They will come again.
Get to work!
It will be in hordes. We'll select a video at random. It will be fun.
Rise with the sun!
At least it's a positive way, where, it's because you get good engagement. They're all very nice. You know? They're very sweet.
Light it up!
Oh, do I have to right click on There's my comment. Enjoy. And I also have a whole argument with a whole bunch of people in the replies in there, so you can see what's going on with it. I talked through the entire thing why I did that all in an array, because that is not normal practice to do that, and it's specifically so that you guys can reverse engineer the game and solve the ARG. Sometimes doing bad practice has meaning, which is
whatever, man. He later deleted this VOD because this totally breaks YouTube TOS. This breaks every aspect of terms of service when it comes to brigading and harassment. And at this point, can this get any worse? Yes. He'd be asked about his opinion when it comes to Stop Killing Games finally reaching 1 million signatures, and he said, "I'm going to be honest with you. I hope that your initiative gets everything that you asked for, but nothing you wanted, and I'll leave it there." See, if I was 12 years old, I would have probably thought this was really cool, but now it's just edgy beyond cringe. But listen, as much as this was a ridiculous roller coaster ride on the Lolcow Express, someone did end up asking him, "Hey man, would you consider making an apology video, setting everything straight? Because you know what, this is still salvageable. You can still redeem yourself." And here's what he had to say.
Put up a video saying you were wrong with every situation on the internet and move on. I am not doing that. I don't give a Yeah, simply bend the knee and lie about how you feel, and everyone will stop bullying. That's a great idea. Yeah, no, you should.
Burn it down!
This guy is so hopeless, man.
Oh my
God. Because I'm sure this is a comments. Yes, I'm aware that Pirate Software is a massive furry, and I'm also aware that he was legally married to someone, and during that marriage, he got in contact with one of the Kickstarter backers of Earthbound, the game he's working on, and started a very inappropriate 18-plus relationship with them while being married. Yes, he committed adultery. The reason why I didn't mention this in the video is because it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. If he had just apologized during the WoW Classic incident...
Yeah, I'm gonna be real with you. Like, if someone, like, cheats on their partner and shit like that, I'm not really gonna give a fuck because that's between them and their relationship.
Yeah.
Like, I'm only gonna care if it's like a minor or someone, but it's like this wasn't. They were
a
adults.
Minor. Sorry, yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
like they're adults in this one, and
he cheated.
But I did read the messages, and they're very cringe though. Which is the only thing I feel like. Yeah. So like he's like so like Pirate Software got mad at like the other furry and was like, "Dude, I heard that you were having like sexual relations with 2 other people. What the fuck?" Which is like,
what's an sexual relationship?
It's like, it could be like sexting, it could be like phone through Discord, it could be so many different things. This is so uncomfy. It could be doing it in Second Life. It could be anything. It's just, I don't really know.
Life.
Which is the game that he used to make furry avatars for. It could be like, I don't know. It's yeah, very interesting because he's very possessive. Meanwhile, he was married at the time, so it is very strange. But at the same time, it's like, again, adults consenting. It is like that's just messy relationship drama.
Yeah.
So I'm never gonna like really give that much of a fuck about it. I just care about the other stuff because I think it's fucking hilarious how crazy he is. But again, like relationship shit, I just don't really give a fuck that much. Like the only times I've really cared about relationship drama was like the Dr. Disrespect stuff.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because that was like again a minor through Twitch whispers. So like that's what I care. It's like if it affects the youth, then I'm like, okay, fuck off, right? Other than that, it's like whatever.
This coming out wouldn't have done anything to him because guess what? Most of these messages involved 18+ roleplay, but more specifically, furry roleplay. Yes, they would literally say to themselves, pets you, nuzzles you, plays with your tail, and then get, more 18+ into it. Yes, most people couldn't even read 1 page of chat logs because of how cringy it is. So I'm so convinced it wouldn't have done anything to his reputation. It's meaningless to talk about. But if you're interested, you can check out this video by Fearful Tears titled Pirate Software.
Every time I ask you guys, when are we collabing next? I'm gonna go, nuzzles you.
Oh, hell no.
Blocked.
Oh, well.
Blocked.
Notices your bulgy wolgy.
Look, Pirate Software is a lesson, not just in content creation, but in quite literally anything. Normal people make mistakes, and geniuses make mistakes too. We're all human. Admitting that you make a mistake isn't you admitting that you have a weakness. No, on the contrary, never admitting that you're wrong is a weakness in itself because it shows how insecure, how fragile ego you have. And it'll only make people want to avoid you. I mean, what's the point? Pirate Software is the stupid person's definition of a genius, and he managed to ride that wave for a little while. But now the party's over, and he only has himself to blame. He'll still be a
100%.
content creator, he'll still have a sizable audience, but he'll never be able to touch the sky like he did at the end of 2023. And they're never coming back unless he finally humbles his dumbass. Anyway, thank you so much for watching the entire video up until the end. I really appreciate it.
I don't think they're never coming back.
Soon. Yeah, I love you so much. Mwah.
What a great video.
Again, the amount of love I have for Mugen is so high. He like does so much research, puts so much care into it, and he also adds his own personality. It's not like you're watching just a video essay or something. He puts so much of his own personal personality into it that just feels so good. His coverage is so great, so much love to him.
You see, WoW,
yeah,
it's not just PvP.
It's not just PvP, yeah. There is PvP, but it's not just PvP.
Like, was it just the hardcore mode where you go fight dungeons with your friends, or is that just game itself?
Okay, so in WoW, like there's like kind of like for almost any MMO, just kind of explain MMOs as a whole, is that like open world